All right, welcome to the pre-regional media availability for Georgia Southern. Coach Hennon, why don't you open us up with some comments basically about not only being in the regional, but getting the opportunity to host a regional for the first time in program history.
Okay. Well, I mean, certainly it's an honor, to be one of 16 teams across the country to be hosting a regional. That's pretty special. Monday was a special day for our program, even going back to Sunday night when that was first announced, and then obviously finding out what the field looks like on Monday. Pretty special day for our program, and the players, the coaches, the support staff, but our administration, and that's part of what makes Georgia Southern and Statesboro a special place is the support that we get from so many people here. So I think Eagle Nation certainly takes pride in this. We're very proud to be in this situation, and it's a great opportunity for us. So now that's what we're looking forward to. We're looking forward to the opportunity to compete this weekend, beginning Friday night against UNC Greensboro.
We're going to open it up for questions.
Yeah, speaking of the support, were you surprised that the Statesboro Regional sold out?
Not at all. I really thought if we were able to get one, knowing our fans and the support that we get, not surprised at all that it was sold out.
Nathan Thomas from the Savannah Morning News. Coach, when we spoke in February at the Savannah Alumni Luncheon, you said that a special team, a championship team, could be player-led. Your experience had been, and you have a lot of experience, that player-led teams could win championships. Did that turn out to be the case, that players held each other accountable, kind of, took care of inside business?
Yeah, and I remember that conversation we had in Savannah very well. We've got an experienced group of position players on this team, and some of these fifth-year guys, including AT and Swanee here, they've been through a lot, in 5 years, and I really think this group made a commitment during the off season to step up and lead. One, set a good example every day themselves, and these guys have a good understanding. They know what it takes to compete at this level and the grind that you go through during the college season, but also for some guys maybe to get out of their comfort zone a little bit and hold each other accountable. And so I was really excited going into the year about that. And these guys have just done a tremendous job every single day. And really for me, all I've needed to do is just stay out of the way. I've had to say very little to this team this year. I've tried to be consistent with our message day in and day out. But other than that, when we're at practice, during the week or before a game, there's not a whole lot I have to say. These guys it's definitely been a player-led group.
As a follow-up to that for Jason and Austin, was there a point this season, I don't know if you had a players-only meeting, but was there a point where you kind of had to steer the younger guys or maybe the collective group kind of say, like, yeah, we started out slow against Tennessee, now they're number one in the country, so, it kind of makes sense. But you have to kind of say, like, hey, we need to come back, and here you beat Georgia Tech right away, another ranked team. Was there any moments during the season, Jason and Austin, where you guys had kind of a players?
Yeah, pretty much like after that series, like we got together, had a meeting, and just started out with the coaches first, and then the players stayed afterwards, and we had like a players meeting and just talked about what we could do like to better like ourselves as a team and everything, come closer. And then after that, like it just clicked, like against Tech, like you were saying, and then we just started bonding even better. So I think around that time, like it started.
Austin, was there another moment in the season when you guys had to kind of screw your heads back on?
There's not one particular time, but just over the course of the season, there is a lot of ups and downs. I think the main message was we are all one team, and at the end of the day, we win and lose as one. So I think that was a great message to everybody, but not just one particular. That I was going to mention the Tennessee moment, but just coming together as a team. We win as one, we lose as one, and that was pretty much the message all year.
Thanks. Jake.
question for really all of you. What was it like today, kind of being out there? You see the Division I baseball championship on the scoreboard. The banners are all going up. There's a lot of stuff going on around. Has that been a distraction? Has it been cool to see that Statesboro is kind of one of 16 sites that baseball's continuing?
Yeah, as a player, it's awesome to just show up every day or show up these past few days and see the work going on and all the people going into it. I can't thank them enough for everything that they've done. But, you know, at the end of the day, we still have to go out there and compete every pitch and win a baseball game to keep the season going. So I think it's great to kind of stand back for a second, but you got to draw back in and realize that we're here to win baseball games.
Everybody go. Amy first. Sure.
This question's for Coach Henning. Coach, how has the team been preparing for UNC Greensboro?
You know, one thing about this team, it's been consistency all year long, regardless of who our opponent is coming up. We really try to focus on the things we need to do to be successful, and you know that starts just being focused in practice every day, and the focus has been really the same as it's been all year this week. You know, Greensboro has a really good team. You know, made a great run in the Southern Conference tournament. You know, what was it? Something like 7 games. And I mean, that's crazy. And they're playing their best baseball coming in here. They're well coached. I've known Billy Godwin for years, and you know, he and his staff do a great job, and they've got good players. So, you know, for us, we try to focus on being the best version of Georgia Southern we can be. Every day we show up at the park and competing as hard as we can for 9 innings, longer than that if that's what it takes. And, you know, we try not to get away from that.
This is for the players. How many requests did you get for tickets, especially being a local guy? And how many are you actually getting? So we're talking 3 figures, 3 digits? How many requests did you get?
It was quite a few. I'll just leave it at that, and you can.
Give me a number.
The number of
Ballpark
tickets
figure
probably
sounds appropriate.
30 to 40.
And how many did you actually get?
4. So yeah, no, I have a family, and so they'll be getting all of those, and sorry to my buddies, I'll make it up to y'all.
Yeah, it's probably the same thing, like family coming up and everything, but we only get like 4. So, I mean, my parents and then cousins are coming up, so give the 4 to them.
Any hard calls on that?
There were a few.
Yeah. Well, we had like the standing room only, so I told them in advance. I was like, make sure y'all are up at 9 a.m. so y'all could get those too. So.
And wear comfortable shoes then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coach, as far as home field advantage, that's something everyone throws around. This is the first time you guys have gotten to play at home. It's been years since Georgia Southern's been in regional. I know that was the goal: win the conference, make the tournament, take it from there, get to Omaha. Can you articulate specifics about being at home? I know you say sleep in your own beds and stuff, but how's it going to work where you guys are going to be that much more comfortable rather than coming out of a hotel?
Well, I mean, one, you know the ballpark, you know the surface, you know how the park plays. You're comfortable with your surroundings, and obviously you'd always rather play in front of your fans when possible. And you know, that's been a vision. You know, when this stadium was renovated back in 2005, you know, that was a vision for this program. You know, we looked at the specs back in those days, you know, Dr. Gruby and Sam Baker, you know, and went off those specs to one day, you know, be in position to host a regional. So it's pretty cool to see that come to fruition.
Do you guys actually use a hotel, or everyone just goes as like a normal home game?
Oh, I'm sleeping in my bed. Trust me. We've had enough of hotels this spring, so it's nice to be in your own bed.
As long as there's no flights involved, we haven't had the best times with the airlines lately, so it's nice to just wake up and drive to the field.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Amy?
This question's for the players. As veterans on this team, what's been the message to your teammates as you get ready to go into play?
Probably just like prepare the same way like we've been doing all year. Just take it day by day, really. Just go out there and do your thing. Don't get caught up in the moment too much, but play your game.
Yeah, it's been the same message all year from Coach Hennon. I think it's a great message, but just compete one pitch at a time. You can't do it all at one pitch, and you can't hit a home run and that'd be it. You got to play every pitch out, and that kind of just takes a big picture and turns it into a small picture. And I think that's a lot more achievable as a player and coach, just focusing one pitch at a time, and after that pitch, kind of forget about it, on to the next. So if it's good or bad, got to keep going.
Any other questions?
I'll ask one more.
Okay.
I think the national people have said, like, Georgia Southern's deserving of hosting because you guys are so consistent. I know there's some wins, and there's a lot of wins, a lot more wins than losses. What are the real strengths of this team as far as on the field? What do you guys do so well that kind of goes beyond statistics?
I think the thing that I've been most proud of this group is just the way they compete. And even going back to fall practice, I had a lot of people, every year everybody asks me, what did you think of fall practice? How did it go? And the one word that stuck out in my mind coming out of fall practice was this team really likes to compete. I remember a fall World Series game at the end of the fall where a ball goes up in the air in the gap, and we've got Christian Avant and Sam Blancado both diving for the ball and colliding in right center field, and kind of scared us all at the moment it happened. But I think that kind of epitomizes this team. Both those guys were, they had one thing in mind, and that was trying to make a play, and that was in a fall World Series game. So, and at the end of the day, that's all we can control is how hard we compete, as AT said, one pitch at a time. And I think we've been able to be consistent throughout the course of and the grind of 55 games in our case, a regular season and the tournament, because these guys have really focused on doing that and done a really good job of it.
Any other questions? All right. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, players.
Thank you.
Thanks.